From Indy streaming news leader, this is WRTV News at 6, streaming now.
A lawsuit targeting a local nursing home, accusations of murder, rape, and sexual assault. The new details WRTV is uncovering.
And when somebody says, oh, well, you don't look bipolar, well, what do you expect someone with bipolar to look like?
A woman shares her experience with bipolar disorder, what she goes through, and the message she wants everyone to hear.
But first, here at 6 o'clock, storms moving through part of our state tonight. I'm Mark Mullins.
And I'm Nicole Griffin. Let's get right over to Chief Meteorologist Kevin Gregory, who's tracking where the storms are now and where they're headed next. Kevin.
And there's been one severe storm. There are many thunderstorms around, but the one to watch in southern portions of Greene County, and it will approach southwest Monroe and also into Lawrence County, warning in effect until 6:15. General rain from Terre Haute into Park and Putnam County, also eastern Hendricks County, will follow the lightning. And this cluster of lightning along 231 and 69, kind of that intersection not far from Lake Greenwood, will continue to move to the east. Look at the hail associated with this. At times, close to ping pong ball size hail potential with that storm. And the lightning also signifies then torrential rainfall. You will have some flash flooding on roadways. Be aware of that. The storm has been what we call a mesocyclone, a rotating storm. It's a supercell, which means it can go on for hours. It's also the most likely thunderstorm to produce severe weather. We'll follow that, talk about changes and more active pattern right on into the weekend coming up.
And here at 6 o'clock, we are following breaking news just into the WRTV newsroom. Officers are responding to a person stabbed in downtown Indianapolis tonight, and officers are confirming that person has died. IMPD tweets say that the stabbing happened near North Meridian and Vermont streets. Downtown officers are asking neighbors now to avoid that area. We'll keep you updated.
Allegations of rape, sexual assault, and murder. Now there's a lawsuit against an Indianapolis nursing home.
Yeah, that nursing home is called Homestead Healthcare Center, and a former resident of the long-term healthcare facility faces multiple charges related to the February death of a woman who also lived there. Homestead Healthcare Center is on the south side of Indianapolis near Madison Avenue and East Stop 10 Road. WRTV's Rachel Wilkerson spent the day digging through documents, learning more about the lawsuit and the nursing home.
Attorneys representing 80-year-old Patricia Newman's family say her murder and rape was a horrendous crime that should have never happened here at this nursing home. This 28-page lawsuit outlines the sexual assault, rape, and murder of Patricia Newman. Details of the report show former resident Dwayne Freeman allegedly assaulted and smothered Newman with a pillow around 5 a.m. on February 2nd. According to the lawsuit, an employee found the 60-year-old on top of Newman holding a pillow over her face. An autopsy showed Newman's cause of death was asphyxiation by smothering. Freeman was formerly charged with murder and rape in this case. Newman was a hospice patient who, quote, could not move on her own. Attorneys blame Homestead Healthcare Center, accusing them of negligence and wrongful death, among other allegations. They point to a, quote, culture of crime, drugs, and alcohol abuse. Records show since 2019, IMPD has responded here at least 65 times. 2 of those were for rape investigations, another for molestation. Police records also show investigators were called to Homestead Healthcare Center for a report of a staff member slapping a resident in 2021 and for at least 3 stolen medication investigations. So far this year, the Indiana Department of Health has found the nursing home in violation of 7 complaints. One of those was for unlocked and unattended medication carts. Another complaint states, quote, the facility failed to ensure care was provided to maintain the highest practical well-being for 4 residents. We spoke to a woman whose brother lived in this nursing home earlier this year. She says he was removed due to alleged mistreatment.
I wouldn't suggest anybody be here.
Medicare.gov shows ratings for nursing homes across the country. Homestead Healthcare Center has an overall rating of 1 star based on staffing, health inspections, and quality measures. Working for you, Rachel Wilkerson, WRTV.
Well, Freeman's pretrial hearing is scheduled for July. We did reach out to Adams County Memorial Hospital, which owns the nursing home. We haven't heard back. Communicare, which is listed on the lawsuit, tells us it's sad for the family, but cannot comment on pending litigation. You can look up any nursing home, hospital, or health clinic in the state and find information, including how they're staffed and what services they provide. But you will also be able to see the complaints that have been made against any of those health facilities. That's all listed on in.gov, and search healthcare providers consumer reports.
An Indiana mom with an incredible story of overcoming mental illness. May is Mental Health Awareness Month. WRTV's Caitlin Kendall shows us mental health disorders can impact anyone.
I'm a fantastic friend. I am an incredible professional, supportive partner.
Amanda Price is also a mother. To her son, she calls her entire world, and she's a well-respected coworker.
Because I sit in a seat where I'm VP of Marketing, I'm VP of Revenue Growth.
Looking at Amanda, you'd never know. Inside, she deals with daily mental battles.
Right now I'm on a mood stabilizer, an atypical antipsychotic, and then something for anxiety.
Stabilizers to help balance the chemicals in her brain.
I came out with a shiny new diagnosis of being bipolar type 1.
Bipolar, a mental illness that experts say impacts around 1% and 3% of the U.S. population.
Not only are we going through the normal day-to-day anxieties and strifes, but we're going through a mental battle in our head with depression and anxiety, agitation.
6.5 years ago, after giving birth to her son, Amanda says she went manic, having mania and depression episodes simultaneously. She felt the urge to get help.
Something just did not feel right. I asked her to order every single test that she could. I was talking really quickly in rapid cycle.
Amanda says she was given an emergency psych evaluation where she blacked out before receiving her diagnosis.
But it was very confusing. I don't think I quite grasped the concept. I went home, I sat in a dark room, and I swallowed the 3 pills that she gave me to begin my journey to healing.
This can happen to anybody, and it's not a moral failure, it's not a weakness, that it's a disease and disorder like any other physical disorders.
Kimball Richardson is a mental health counselor with Community Health Network and helps patients just like Amanda.
There's help. There's help and there's hope.
Amanda stresses that she was never alone. She always had a support system to help her and is now being a voice for those who live with mental health disorders.
It's not something to be feared. It's not something to be afraid of. We are not people to be feared. We are people to be celebrated.
And she wants to remind everyone that being bipolar, like any other mental health disorder, doesn't have a look. It can impact anyone, and you can get help. Working for you, Caitlin Kendall, WRTV.
And there are resources out there if you are struggling with a mental health disorder. You can find numbers for hotlines and links to resources in this story on our website, WRTV.com.
We want to get back to that breaking news we were telling you about and bring you an update. Officers on the scene there of a fatal stabbing. We're giving you a live look right now at the area near North Meridian and Vermont Streets. You see the caution tape put up there. Officers confirming that the person who was stabbed has died. Again, officers, as you see in this live picture, are putting up a perimeter using caution tape. And the forensic investigator van is on scene along with other officers. You're being asked to avoid this area downtown while officers and detectives investigate and collect information. As we get new information here, we will be sure to pass along to you. You can also get the latest on the WRTV app and at WRTV.com. A warning tonight about phone calls making the rounds in central Indiana claiming to be from Medicare or affiliated with Medicare. A Crawfordsville man reached out to WRTV Investigates' Kara Kenny for help after getting bombarded with calls about a new plastic Medicare card. Kara explains how you can spot this scam.
The caller claims to be affiliated with Medicare. They ask you to go get your card, but what they're really after is to steal your identity and file claims using your Medicare number. When he's not enjoying nature with his wife, Dan Bennett of Crawfordsville is getting hit with phone calls.
Normally, we don't pick up on calls from unidentified people, but due to some issues that we've had, we've needed to accept some calls.
Dan says the calls often look like they're coming from Indiana, claiming to be affiliated with Medicare.
They call up and ask if you received your new Medicare plastic Medicare card with the chip. And of course I said no, and they go into their spiel. And then they want me to go get my old cardboard card.
Dan showed us his cardboard card, but refuses to share his Medicare card info with the callers.
Why reach out to us about this?
We watch you and see and enjoy your reports on WRTV6, and just wondered if you had any more information about it.
We asked Nancy Moore with Indiana's Senior Medicare Patrol. Is there such a thing as a plastic card with a chip in it?
There's no such thing for Medicare. It's in fact a paper card.
And so is this a scam?
It is. It is. There's a nationwide scam right now, and it's just a way for them to get your Medicare number. 4 years ago, everyone was issued a new card without their Social Security number on it.
Scammers are using confusion to get people like Dan to reveal their Medicare number, which can lead to insurance fraud and identity theft. Should we ever pick up the phone?
Picking up your phone is like picking up a hitchhiker anymore, because you really don't know who's on the other end, and they can say anything.
Senior Medicare Patrol also warns callers who claim to be connected to Medicare may try to get you to agree to a back brace or other medical equipment you don't need. It's possible that back braces could show up on Dan's doorstep?
Exactly. And it could add up to about $6,000, that they'll bill Medicare.
Can they do that even if he didn't agree and say, I want these things?
Well, they often film or record you saying yes to something. So then they use that if and when you do report this to Medicare and there's an investigation, then they'll come back and say, well, they agreed to the product.
Another reason to not pick up the phone and answer questions.
We've just gone back to not answering the phone again.
Dan has not lost any money or given up his personal information, but says he's worried about fellow senior citizens.
It would be real easy for people to fall for the scam to help maybe warn other people that they shouldn't answer those calls and shouldn't engage with those people.
Medicare says they may call you if you've called 1-800-MEDICARE and asked them to call you. If you get a phone call and think it's a scam, call this number. Do not rely on the caller ID. Working for you, Kara Kenny, WRTV.
This is like the best place. If you want to race, you want to be here.
A young racer who wants to win on the track, but also educate those who watch him turn laps. What he's living with and what he wants you to know.
We're one day closer to qualifying weekend after a busy Thursday at the Speedway. I'm Brad Brown live at IMS. We will recap this one and look ahead to what could be a wild weekend. Coming up when the news at 6 continues on WRTV.
When the family can't get enough of your signature dish, get everything you need with Kroger free pickup with no surprise fees. So start your cart today. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Hi, you know me, Tom Blackburn. I'm happy to announce our new law firm, Blackburn Romey. Personal injury and wrongful death is all we do.
Don't delay. Call Blackburn Romey for help today. Trusted injury lawyers.
The NBA playoffs are here, and the best way to get a piece of all the action is with the same game parlay on FanDuel Sportsbook. Make every playoff moment more. Right now, new customers get a risk-free first bet up to $1,000. Download FanDuel today.
Did you know that you don't need any money to hire Ken Nunn and you can become a client right over the phone? Call the Ken Nunn Law Office right now and let them get started on getting you a great settlement.
It's just that easy.
I bought my van in 2005. The guys at Tom would take care of me and fix whatever's going on. 120,000 miles later, I still love that car.
Trust the Tom Wood Auto Group to service your vehicles.
With the Kroger app, you can get personalized coupons on top of weekly sales, all for prices that are lower than low. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Hitting the track is more than just a hobby for one Avon 6th grader. It's a place he can educate others.
Yeah, there he is there. WRTV's Nikki Dementri takes us to Newcastle tonight with Ty Arbogast's story.
Ready?
Newcastle Motorsports Park is a second home for this Avon native. The track here and really anywhere is Ty Arbogast's happy place. He's a Hoosier after all.
It's a rolling start. Green flag. Get on the gas, stay on the racing line. If you start on the inside, you want to dive down, then you can pass people. If you want to race, you want to be here.
Ty's dad, Travis, is almost always by his side.
I do the financing, right? I do the mechanic. I'm the crew chief. I'm the mental coach. Some drivers coaching. I'm cook, maid. Most importantly, I'm dad.
The two travel around the country racing go-karts, but Newcastle is their home track, and often where you can find the two.
He's more than my son. He's probably my best friend because we hang out more than anybody.
Becoming a professional driver is Ty's dream. He'd love to race IndyCar one day, but last year the red flag waved on his racing career.
We tried to race through it a little bit, and it got to the point to where he didn't even want to get on track. So 100% we knew there was some things that were wrong.
Severe stomach pain, weight loss, fevers, and sores in his mouth. Ty was sick, and it wasn't long before doctors at Riley Hospital for Children diagnosed him with Crohn's disease. A year earlier, the preteen also learned he had alopecia.
At the moment, I'm trying to get as much racing in as I can, because at some random time I could stop racing for a few months.
Every week, Ty gets treatment injections. He also undergoes regular blood work and doctor's visits. Right now, he's in remission, but a flare-up could sideline him. Racing now has a bigger meaning for the 12-year-old. Take a look at the sticker on the front of his helmet. Ty's racing with Crohn's, both literally and figuratively. He made the nonprofit called Racing with Crohn's to share with folks on and off the track what it means to hit the track with the autoimmune disorder.
Racing, it helps me advocate for it, and it's helpful to me too, to get away from everything.
While winning is on his mind, helping others is his goal. The foundation is also raising money for research and holding collection drives to help those in need.
People shouldn't be afraid to open their mouth and tell people what they have. And if they don't tell people, kids like me or younger could also get picked on.
So the next time you see number 36 on the track, remember the kid behind the helmet. It's Ty Arbogast.
It's great when your kid can find their own passion. It's not a passion that I've passed down to him. It's not something that he felt obligated to do. This is truly his passion.
In Newcastle, Nikki Dementri, WRTV.
Thunderstorm warnings following the severe storm that's been moving steadily from basically west to east across southwest portions of the viewing area. Now Bloomington down to Bedford, Olytic, Lake Monroe included in this until 6:45. You can see where the lightning is. General rain north of that. The focus has been this storm, and it looks like it's starting to break into two here. More on that in a second, but crossing I-69, moving into southwest portions of Monroe County, northwest Lawrence County, and the hail has dropped off a little bit, but you still may get some quarter-size hail with this storm as it moves to the east, and now a stronger storm than the one that we just pointed out is starting to replace it on the southern end of this line of storms. We'll keep our eye on that as it heads to the east, may clip again the southern half of Lawrence County, Bedford, Mitchell, for example. This is round one. We'll see how this comes together for round two. This spin right along the Mississippi River and near St. Louis will move to the north and east and increase our chance for thunderstorms again later this evening and into the early overnight. Severe weather potential is there, but I think what's happened so far this evening, depending on exactly where that lines up, may, along with the setting sun and cooling the atmosphere, lower the overall threat. But right now, that enhanced risk of severe storms in southern Indiana, anywhere, which means you'd see numerous severe storms. Southern half of the state, though, the most likely for severe weather. Tomorrow, 89. 89 with wind gusts 30 to 40. That's going to play a role out at the track during the day tomorrow. 88 Saturday. There'll be a window to get some driving done at the track, but thunderstorms are likely in the afternoon. Then 70 degrees on Sunday. Look at those wind gusts tomorrow through the day. Dry almost all day and warm. The record is 90, set in 1977, which was when A.J. Foyt won the Indy 500.
From Indy streaming news leader, this is WRTV Trackside, streaming now.
And we get a little continuation of your weather report here. We are live at IMS. We're on the 4th floor of the media center undercover. It started raining out here on the front stretch just within the last couple of minutes. I will let my hair tell you how windy it is as well, blowing kind of from turn 2 toward turn 4. And as Kevin said, hot and breezy tomorrow could make for a wild, fast Friday. They will boost the engines by 10% horsepower and get themselves into qualifying mode for the weekend. We'll hold our breath for those 6 hours of practice starting tomorrow at noon. A busy day here on Thursday, though, as the teams got themselves to work after the rain out on Wednesday, and that includes the 5 cars of the Andretti Autosport Group. Let's get a look at some of the action from them on Thursday. Of course, Marco Andretti back for a one-off here in the month of May, and then you've got Alexander Rossi, you got Devlin DeFrancesco, the rookie in that one, Colton Herta, who won the Grand Prix here just last weekend, and then Roman Grosjean, who's making his first go here at the 500. He'll be a rookie, of course, more than a decade of experience overseas before he came here to the IndyCar Series, but he's getting a feel for this here at the Oval on IMS. Looked good in the test a couple weeks ago, had a couple of wiggles today, but hung on to it, but certainly feeling it out as the week continues.
Tuesday was kind of gusty and it was warm, and today looks okay. Tomorrow is going to be super gusty. Saturday is going to be very warm, and then Sunday it's cold and Indiana, I guess.
You got it.
So it's just, yeah, that's experience. It's something you cannot buy. So go out there today and learn and work my way through.
And those Andretti cars mostly worked on race trim today, so they weren't part of the quick 6. However, a couple of the Dale Coyne cars were. Takuma Sato at the top, a couple of Ganassi cars as well. And you see in there amongst them the rookie David Malukas, 3rd quick today. Now, when we talk about the rookies in this year's field, we talked about Grosjean. We talk about Malukas. He's only 20. He won't turn 21 until September, the youngest of the 7, but he has certainly shown himself to be getting acclimated well to things here this week. The number 18 car for HMD Motorsports. That's part of Dale Coyne Racing's team. Malukas was the runner-up in the Indy Lights Championship Series last year. Very promising young racer on way up. And again, just through his teenage years, he'll have to pass on the champagne if he makes it to the victory celebration. But Malukas enjoying his first couple of full days here of Indy 500 practice, particularly with the quick speeds.
All of a sudden, there's a massive, long, I mean, tail like snake.
Like
I mean,
10 deep, yeah.
Yeah, and so it was surprising to me how much you actually have to slow down. And that's where I was figuring out, like, so this is how the veterans can time these runs. Because at the 2-day test here before, the tail that we had, it was very quick. And Takuma said it's not realistic at all. So today, I feel like I had a realistic kind of how the tail is going to be in the race.
And Malukas and Christian Lundgaard would be the 2 drivers in the field that could be younger than Troy Ruttman, the youngest ever winner of the race back in 1952, was just past his 22nd birthday. All right, noon to 6 will be practice on Fast Friday, and then back for qualifying on Saturday, Sunday. The weather's going to be a big thing. We'll sort it all out for you tomorrow. We'll see you then. Time for another break. Back to the studio to wrap up this edition of the news at 6 next here on WRTV.
Get what's new, what's now, and what's next. TheListTV.com.
30 years ago, when I started my law firm, I looked like this. Now I look like this. A lot of experience, and it matters.
On Walmsley, expect more. 800-850-5054.
With Landmark Recovery, you can overcome drug addiction and live.
Don't ignore the signs of substance abuse. Landmark Recovery can help you today. Call 866-LANDMARK for affordable, local treatment so you can live a better life.
We're a fantastic company, but you've got to have the employees that have that heart to serve, that want to be able to go out and make the community better each and every day. That's key, and they deserve for that story to be told. I want people to know who we are. We're not your everyday home service company. We have a team of amazing professionals serving our clients, serving their community. It's meaningful, it's important, it's who we are.
I'm attorney Darryl Isaacs, and I know firsthand, if you're in a wreck, it can be a scary, life-changing experience. After my wreck, I spent weeks in the hospital and almost died from my injuries. I've been there, and I'll be there for you and your family. No case is too big or too small for our team, and we don't get paid unless you get paid. Call us today and let us help you get on your road to recovery.
Call 877-ALL-7s or WeWin.com.
Being on budget's an easy one. TK has 0 hidden costs. Our customers know up front exactly what they're going to pay. We give them a price, and as long as they don't change anything, that's what they pay. On budget is not something our customers need to worry about. And our personal guarantee that if you don't love your new home, we'll buy it back. Visit us at tkconstructors.com to get your free home buyer's guide.
The excitement is building at TK Constructors now.
Tom Wood Subaru has been honored for outstanding commitment to causes. We're proud to partner with Miracle Place this year as our local charity of choice. We're grateful for the opportunity to serve our community. The car you want, the way you want, at Tom Wood Subaru on 96th Street.
2 multi-award-winning acts. One night, Miranda Lambert and Little Big Town on the Bandwagon Tour. Saturday, May 21st at Ruoff Music Center. Miranda. Plus, Little Big Town, Miranda Lambert and Little Big Town. Special guest, the Cadillac 3. Get access to preferred tickets with your City Card. Buy tickets at livenation.com. Miranda Lambert.
30 years ago, when I started my law firm, I looked like this. Now I look like this. A lot of experience, and it matters.
On Walmsley, expect more. 800-850-5054.
Call Carpenter Realtors to find the right buyer for your home. No headaches, better terms, more money, and you'll close on time. Call Carpenter Realtors and find the right buyer.
Severe thunderstorm warning south of Bloomington to Bedford for this storm. Large hail and damaging wind. Another will approach you in Bedford in the next hour. I'll see you again at 7.
This sponsorship is brought to you by the all-new Hyundai of Noblesville.
Men, are you struggling with erectile dysfunction? Well, you may not have to take pills any longer. There's now a breakthrough technology that can eliminate ED. I'm joined now by Andrew to tell us all about it.
Nisha, we use the most advanced form of acoustic wave therapy, which is shown to open up blood vessels and improve circulation. We've helped so many couples restore normal intimacy without the pills.
Andrew, what kinds of clinical studies have been performed on your technology?
There are over 45 clinical studies. Even Cambridge University showed our treatments to be effective. One study called it the new standard of care for erectile dysfunction.
If you are struggling with erectile dysfunction and want to turn back the clock in the bedroom, take advantage of this special offer and get your love life back.
Put a stop to your erectile dysfunction. Call Pine Grove Medical Clinic. You'll get the initial assessment and blood flow ultrasound free, and a special gift proven to produce powerful results in the bedroom. A $650 value free to those that call right now. 317-552-1111.
It's easy to think that all money managers are pretty much the same, but at Fisher Investments, we're clearly different.
Different how? You saw high commission investment products, right?
Nope, Fisher avoids them.
Well, you must earn commissions on trades.
Never at Fisher Investments.
Okay, then you probably sneak in some hidden and layered fees.
No. We structure our fees so we do better when clients do better. That might be why most of our clients come from other money managers. At Fisher Investments, we're clearly different.
Create your perfect room for relaxing, entertaining, and more with patio enclosures. Right now, get up to $6,500 off your sunroom. Plus, enjoy exceptional financing. Call today.
Patio enclosures.
And this all came from Lazy Boy?
Yeah. Whoa. I know, right?
It's the Memorial Day sale. Right now, save 25% store-wide and get 36 months special financing. Lazy Boy Furniture Galleries. Live life comfortably.
I'm the things that I can see.
This isn't just a song.
And the
It's an anthem for a community of millions that has turned the melody into its mantra. And this May, it's the tune that's calling us to come back together again. To come back to the spectacle. To come.
Back home again in Indiana. Then I long for my Indiana home.
And this all came from Lazy Boy?
Yeah. Whoa. I know, right? It's the Memorial Day sale. Right now, save 25% store-wide and get 36 months special financing. Lazy Boy Furniture Galleries. Live life comfortably.
Create your perfect room for relaxing, entertaining, and more with patio enclosures. Right now, get up to $6,500 off your sunroom. Plus, enjoy exceptional financing. Call today.
Patio enclosures.
Tonight, breaking news on the baby formula shortage and on COVID in children. Tonight, what the CDC is now saying about a new booster for children. First, the FDA commissioner pressed on the formula shortage by lawmakers on both sides, insisting the supply shortage will begin to get better, quote, within days, but acknowledging it will be a few weeks until we're back to normal. Ramping up production at home, and the Defense Department now using commercial planes to bring in formula from abroad. To Buffalo, and tonight the suspect charged with killing 10 people in court today wearing an orange jumpsuit and shackles in front of grieving relatives of the victims. What was shouted at him in court? And will that beloved grocery store stay open in that community? The employee who hasn't taken off his name tag since that awful day. Tonight, children and COVID in this country, and the CDC panel now recommending tonight Pfizer booster shots for children 5 to 11. Pfizer now says it increases antibodies against the original Omicron variant 22-fold, just as new child COVID infections hit their highest point since February. The abortion battle in this country, and tonight the Oklahoma legislature passing the most restrictive abortion ban in America, banning abortion beginning at conception with few exceptions and sending it to the governor tonight. President Biden meeting with leaders of Finland and Sweden at the White House today, supporting their bid to join NATO, defying threats from Vladimir Putin. The ABC News exclusive tonight, Martha Raddatz on board the USS Maine, one of 14 ballistic missile submarines in the U.S. Navy, protecting the U.S. from potential nuclear threats, and what they kept secret from Martha even while she was on board. The first case of monkeypox in the U.S. this year, what we know about the patient in Massachusetts, and the possible new case now being investigated in New York City. The explosion at a construction company, emergency crews rushing to the scene tonight, several hurt, including firefighters. In London tonight, 36 years after Top Gun, Tom Cruise and the royal moment with Duchess Kate. You'll see the images. And America Strong here tonight, the surprise letter at graduation, and that was just the beginning.
From ABC News World Headquarters in New York, this is World News Tonight with David Muir.
Good evening, and it's great to have you with us here on a Thursday night. And we begin tonight with breaking news on COVID and children. The CDC panel now officially recommending a new booster for children 5 to 11 amid this spike in new cases. Also, the major news on the baby formula shortage. The FDA commissioner before members of Congress today, insisting that the supply shortage will begin to get better, quote, within days, but acknowledging it won't be back to normal for many weeks. Saying the Abbott factory in Michigan, shut down since February because of a recall, will be back up and running again as soon as next week. Of course, it then takes time to get it made, delivered, and then make it to the store shelves. Across the country tonight, parents, though, still finding those empty shelves. And this evening, where do things stand in the effort to ramp up production with the Defense Production Act? And the Defense Department now using commercial planes to bring in formula from overseas. ABC's Maria Villarreal leading us off tonight.
Tonight in Washington, lawmakers grilling the head of the FDA, demanding to know how the baby formula crisis was allowed to happen.
You can't hide behind an investigation. We need answers. We need them now.
You know, as I've said, we could do better than we did.
Dr. Robert Califf promising the situation will get gradually better with the reopening of Abbott's main formula manufacturing plant in Michigan.
We've already made significant progress, and I think we are on track to get open within the next week to 2 weeks, most likely at the outer bound 2 weeks.
President Biden invoking the Defense Production Act to rush formula ingredients to manufacturers and import formula from overseas. But even with that, the FDA commissioner acknowledging it'll be a few weeks until things get back to normal.
Are you sleeping, baby?
Cold comfort for parents like Amanda Mendoza, who is struggling to feed her 7-month-old daughter.
I went to over 20 stores in one day.
Aisle upon aisle of empty shelves.
It's like this everywhere we go.
The search stressful and demoralizing.
Sometimes I want to cry when I don't find it because I don't know what she's going to eat.
In that same town, another mom, Jacqueline Medrano, joining a Facebook group trying to help. It's called the Nationwide Formula Search, with nearly 800 members in less than 2 weeks.
Essentially, you could have a mom who hasn't been able to find formula in their area, but maybe someone in another state has what they're needing. You can really hear how desperate these women are becoming, trying to figure out what their next move is going to be.
How does it make you feel?
It makes me feel like I can't do enough.
Maria Villarreal joins us from Fort Worth tonight. And Maria, tonight we're also learning that more than 1 million bottles of formula will soon be on its way to the U.S. from overseas as part of this effort.
That's exactly right, David. We just learned right now that the first flight will come from Switzerland as a part of the administration's Operation Fly Formula. We understand that this first shipment will bring in about 246 very